Hello and welcome to 3.0 TV. I am your host Vishakha Thakur, and today we are going to talk about how the industrial metaverse will impact manufacturers. The term metaverse is accelerating at astronomical speed, with science fiction visions of virtual gamers all spending virtual currency in an infinite number of virtual worlds. But when you peel back the layers around some of the hype, you'll find some tangible benefits for manufacturers in how they can become more productive in both the digital and physical world. Like metaverse itself, industrial metaverse has become a catch-all phrase to describe similar technology deployed for industrial applications. The industrial metaverse sits at the crossroads of industrial Internet of Things, AR, MR, and virtual reality for industrial use, the creation of digital twins, and the rich blending of real-world elements with contextualized and meaningful data to help decision makers stay better informed and to keep business process operating at peak efficiency. These technologies are not just limited to video games and simulations for entertainment, but also include some very real opportunities for businesses. In the manufacturing space, here are 5 big impacts that AR, VR, and MR will have on manufacturing over the next few years. Number 1. Training employees more quickly, more safely. Several companies have begun training employees on how to use and maintain equipment with VR headsets instead of having them use physical equipment that can be dangerous or difficult to use in training situations. For example, training JetBlue technicians with real planes is expensive and time-consuming, so the company deployed a VR solution in partnership with software maker Striver. The program helps technicians simulate touching a plane in the most realistic way possible, but without the time, expense, and risk of the physical environment. Trainees also get the benefit of being able to make mistakes in a virtual environment without real-world consequences, compared with the on-the-job training with heavy equipment or dangerous environments. For example, Verizon uses Striver VR training programs to teach retail employees on how to react to a store robbery scenario. Other Striver programs show warehouse workers on the proper methods for loading and unloading trucks, or food production workers learn the proper safety methods around food processing equipment. Now, because of these benefits, many companies are looking to deploy VR training as a first step for training their new employees, especially for industrial or other heavy industry scenarios. Number 2. Simulations ahead of physical deployments can find improvements. Part of the metaverse includes the technologies known as digital twins, in which all of the components of a physical location or product are digitized to produce a virtual twin. Now, in manufacturing, digital twins can be used to compare the design of a product to the physical version produced, looking for product flaws, for example, or virtual environments can be set up for the purpose of simulation. Another example, many autonomous vehicle designers now utilize simulations of real-world locations to fine-tune and teach the vehicles how to better operate. In another example, BMW utilized simulation for 6 months at a new factory, building virtual cars on a 1-to-1 scale within the metaverse before deploying the final layout for the factory. Now, in the process of those 6 months, the company changed about 30% of the design from the original based on the results of the simulation. Number 3. Using AR or VR for field service workers to repair equipment on the job. Similar to training scenarios for new frontline workers, field service workers and technicians can also get assistance on equipment maintenance and support through AR, VR, and MR technologies. This accelerated especially during the pandemic, when everyone's support team were limited to travel restrictions and health concerns. A benefit for companies is the remote assistance space, that many solutions do not require additional hardware such as specialized AR glasses or giant VR headsets. Many companies are exploring the use of AR with the devices they already have, including smartphones and tablets. The pandemic caused many companies to accelerate their adoption of AR or VR technologies. Number 4. product design collaboration virtually around the world. Now, another key area where the pandemic accelerated action around VR is in product design for manufacturers. When everyone was in the office, engineers could collaborate on designs in meeting rooms, but with everyone working at home, they suddenly needed a new solution. With VR, design engineers can collaborate remotely from around the world and create a virtual design. Now, if you look at an automotive company, they are designing cars by starting with clay models. And they have a clay model that people can create from a visual point of view. Then they get designed in CAD software, but you're thinking of collaboration. It's very hard to collaborate on CAD and imagine things in 3D. So many are now using mixed reality AR and VR to take that car in 3D and get people to collaborate on the car design. During the pandemic, many companies launched metaverse design rooms on the internet. Number 5. Building physical products from virtual designs, adding digital assets from physical items. The bridging of the physical world to a virtual world will provide several opportunities for manufacturers, potentially unlocking new revenue streams. While virtual-to-virtual commerce has been around for years, in which a video gamer can purchase digital items with real money, new concepts are arising in which physical products can be created by designs originating in the virtual space. Examples of this have already begun to emerge in small settings. The Hero Forge website, for example, allows role-playing gamers to virtually design miniature figures with hundreds of different templates for a character's face, clothes, weapons, and poses. The completed design can then be purchased, and Hero Forge can 3D print and ship the item to customers. Users can also purchase the virtual design file and 3D print the figure on their own device. Now, in an example of physical to virtual, toy company LOL Surprise creates card packets with a QR code that can be scanned to unlock non-fungible tokens and virtual experiences. Traditionally, manufacturers have often been slow to adopt new technologies, but experts in the metaverse and AR or VR space said the opportunities are too great for manufacturers to sit on the sidelines. Manufacturing companies that are not at the very least experimenting with AR and VR today are at risk of falling behind in the near future. AR or VR will not only help manufacturers digitally transform their businesses, but they will be key to recruiting, onboarding, and upscaling their workforces in the future. Well, that's it in today's episode. We will meet again with exciting stories about the metaverse. Till then, keep watching 3.0 TV, like and share our videos, subscribe to our channel, and press the bell icon to get instant updates.
Hello and welcome to 3.0 TV. I am Manoj Dara.
And I am Vishakha Thakur.
So, Metaverse was the buzzword of 2021. So, if we talk about various companies like Meta rebranded themselves to onboard the Metaverse trend, as according to various studies, Metaverse is going to be a $8 to $13 trillion market opportunity.
Yes, Manoj. The metaverse is quickly growing as a way for communities to connect with each other. The expansion of the metaverse is leading companies such as Meta, Nike, and others to invest in the development of the virtual world. Also, coins connected to metaverse NFTs, including Sandbox, Decentraland, have seen their value skyrocket over the last several months.
So, well, metaverse is not headed for cities and countries, with some already planting their flags in the virtual world. So in this episode, we are going to talk about government and countries that are leading the charge to make their mark on the metaverse. But first, let's try to understand the current scenario of the metaverse market and what it is going to be in 5 years down the line. So let's listen in to what Mr. Kunal Nandwani, who is a YPO member of the Tech Entrepreneur, has to say about this opportunity.
So current size, I think, is very small, probably running into a few billions at most. If you think about the global GDP, the global economy every year, it's close to $80 trillion, depending on the year you look at. In 5 years' time, this 80 trillion may reach to, let's say, $100 trillion or 120. I think at least 5% could become metaverse. 5% of 100 trillion would be 5 trillion. So it's an easily a 5 trillion market in 5 years' time.
Well, fantastic thought. So countries are competing against each other to be the first to enter the uncharted territory of deep space, moon, and now even the red planet, Mars.
So, Vishaka, similarly, the digital space of the metaverse is also uncharted territory. Apart from the private companies and players betting big on the metaverse, now government of some countries and cities are buying into the hype of metaverse. But first, sovereign nation to enter the metaverse is the Caribbean nation of Barbados.
Yes, Manoj, Barbados became the first nation to establish a virtual embassy in the metaverse where users can transport their avatars from one virtual world to another. And this was bound to happen because Barbados considers itself as one of the friendliest
cryptocurrency country, which is actually
it
is. So if we are talking about the cryptocurrency friendly country in the world, if we don't mention Dubai and UAE, it's not possible, right?
Absolutely. The Crown Prince of Dubai has his eyes set on the digital world. Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed, the Crown Prince of Dubai, announced a new metaverse strategy that aims to create 40,000 jobs and add $4 billion to the Emirates economy in the next 5 years as it continues to boost efforts to tap into the emerging digital space.
This is huge actually. $4 billion is a big opportunity, right?
Absolutely.
So if we move forward, and Sheikh Hamdan has also said that the Dubai metaverse strategy would be essential to the Emirates' goals of becoming one of the leading economies for the metaverse and a major center for the global community.
So, well, the initiative aims to cover all aspects of the metaverse's developments, from formulating regulations, developing applications, to nurturing talent and determining ways how these solutions can be used by government entities.
So this is actually a fantastic development. But Vishaka, do you remember that in May 2022, Dubai's Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority, which is VARA, said it had entered into the metaverse with the establishment of its metaverse headquarters, making it the first regulatory in the world to have a presence in the emerging digital space.
Yes, Manoj, I do remember. Dubai aims to become the metaverse capital of the world. So let's take Mr. Kunal's views on the same. So Dubai is becoming the center of Web3, with the country having its own metaverse strategy. Where do you see Dubai in the next 5 years?
So Dubai would continue to attract due to their low taxation, a supportive regulatory framework, and their already existing capital, access to capital, and lots of HNIs who've made a lot of money in by investing into the Web3, cryptos, blockchain world. I think they would be a hot destination for sure, especially because their regulatory framework is very open, very collaborative, not too restrictive as of now. And so Dubai would play a role. In 5 years, it would be one of the top 3 or 5 favored destinations by all the metaverse development companies in some sense. They will have a big play, and given how they had been so forward looking and future thinking, I think they would certainly get some of the early big platforms coming out of Dubai. But yeah, so far 5 years time, if you take a 5-year horizon, Dubai would certainly have a good play, and they would have some good companies coming out of there.
It was indeed a wonderful thought. So now let's move over from Dubai, UAE to Shanghai, China. The Shanghai government has proposed a group of guidelines to help it shift into the metaverse power.
The plan of action defines each one of the technologies that the municipality needs to focus on to achieve the goals of building a $52 billion metaverse economy, while at the same time helping to establish 10 innovative companies in the area.
That is interesting, actually.
Manoj, we can clearly see that metaverse has become a new buzzword in China, bringing about a host of new and exciting business opportunities.
Of course, yes, not just China, Vishaka, but if you talk about South Korea, is betting big on the metaverse as well. South Korea has emerged as a global technology powerhouse in the recent decade, giving a rise to industry giants such as Samsung, LG, and Hyundai, which we all are aware of, and which is actually a fact of the global markets as well.
Absolutely. So, interestingly, the Korean government made headlines earlier this year when it announced to plan to pour nearly $200 million into its domestic metaverse ecosystem.
That is actually a big number, but not only this, Vishakha. According to the Ministry of Science and ICT, the funding will help educate and train 40,000 metaverse professionals in Korea and boost over 200 companies operating in the metaverse space. And by 2026, turn the country into the 5th largest metaverse market by number of users. That's what market participants are saying.
Yeah, and that's amazing. So, in conclusion, so far Barbados, UAE, China and South Korea have plunged into the metaverse. It's just a matter of time before governments of other countries too take a leap into the virtual land of metaverse.
Indeed. Yes. And if we talk about India, then there are few companies or maybe there are few entities that has actually announced plans about the metaverse. Although there are private companies in India that are exploring the metaverse opportunity, if you talk about the government initiative, that is actually lacking.
True. So, well, that's it in today's episode. We will meet again with exciting stories about the metaverse.
Till then, keep watching 3.2 TV, like and share our videos, subscribe our channel and press the bell icon to get instant updates. This time, this is Manoj Dara signing off.
And this is me, Vishakha Thakur, signing off. Have a great day.
Thank you.
We will keep you connected to the evolving world of NFT.
For accurate and latest updates of cryptocurrency markets and global regulations.
Metaverse and Web3.
3.0 TV covers the latest crypto crimes.
Keeps you updated about the global crypto events and exhibitions.
अगर अरबों डॉलर का प्रोजेक्ट फ्लॉप हो जाता है तो मेटा का भविष्य पूरी तरह से होगा सवालों के घेरे में। क्या मेटावर्स मेटा के लिए बनेगा $1 बिलियन की ग्रेव? आखिर क्यों मार्क जकरबर्ग की $10 बिलियन की सेल्फी बनी एक इंटरनेशनल लाफिंग स्टॉक? क्या मार्क जकरबर्ग को नहीं पता कि उनका मेटावर्स दिखता है कितना खराब? ये सवाल अब सभी पूछने लगे हैं। 2021 की सबसे चर्चित खबर शायद फेसबुक के मेटा में रीब्रांडिंग की घोषणा थी। घोषणा के बाद से लोगों ने मेटावर्स में शादी भी कर ली। लेकिन इतना ही नहीं, रियल एस्टेट इंडस्ट्री भी वर्चुअल वर्ल्ड स्पेस में फल फूल रही है और लोग मेटावर्स में लैंड के प्लॉट्स पर लाखों डॉलर खर्च कर रहे हैं। फेसबुक की पेरेंट कंपनी मेटा का नाम बदलने के बारे में जकरबर्ग के बयान ने मेटावर्स को अखबारों के पहले पन्नों पर ला दिया। नमस्कार, मैं विशाखा ठाकुर। स्वागत है आप सभी का 3.0 टीवी में। इस वीडियो में हम बात करेंगे कि फेसबुक कैसा मेटावर्स बना रहा है और आखिर क्यों ये सवालों के घेरे में घिरता ही चला जा रहा है। पहले मैं आपको बताती हूँ कि मेटा की वेबसाइट क्या कहती है। तो इसमें कहा गया है कि हम मेटावर्स को जीवन में लाने में मदद करने के लिए दुनिया भर में क्रिएटर्स और डेवलपर्स का समर्थन कर रहे हैं। कनेक्शन का भविष्य 3D में होगा। हम मेटावर्स में कनेक्शन के फ्यूचर का निर्माण कर रहे हैं। तो जकरबर्ग के मेटावर्स को आने में अभी काफी समय है। हालांकि इन्वेस्टर्स और यूजर्स पहले से ही निराश हैं। मार्क जकरबर्ग की $10 बिलियन की सेल्फी हाल ही में एक इंटरनेशनल लाफिंग स्टॉक बन गई। तस्वीरें विशेष रूप से इम्प्रेसिव नहीं थी। इनफैक्ट फर्स्ट इंप्रेशन इतना भयानक था कि जकरबर्ग का खूब मजाक उड़ाया गया। तो हुआ यूं कि कुछ दिनों पहले जकरबर्ग ने फ्रांस और स्पेन में गेम की रिलीज का जश्न मनाते हुए फेसबुक पर होराइजन वर्ल्ड्स का एक स्क्रीनशॉट पोस्ट किया था कि इमेज मार्क के डेड आइड अवतार को एक एम्प्टी लैंडस्केप में खड़ा दिखाती है जो केवल आईफिल टावर और स्पेन के अनफिनिश्ड सग्राडा फेमिलिया के एक छोटे वर्जन से पॉपुलेटेड है। इस इमेज ने कुछ समय के लिए ट्विटर पर सेकंड लाइफ ट्रेंड किया। लोगों ने कहा कि ये किसी भी तरह दशकों पुराने लाइफ सिम से भी बदतर लग रहा था। कुछ लोगों ने यह भी कहा कि होराइजन वर्ल्ड्स सबसे खराब दिखने वाली ऑफरिंग्स में से एक है और मेटा ने अपने होराइजन मेटावर्स के वीआर सेंट्रिक वर्जन का पीछा करते हुए $10 बिलियन को पानी की तरह खर्च किया। यहाँ तक कि अपनी कंपनी का नाम भी बदला इसे रिफ्लेक्ट करने के लिए। और अब ये इसका रिजल्ट है। तो अब मार्क ज़करबर्ग ने इसका जवाब दिया नई सेल्फी के साथ और कहा कि पहली सेल्फी को लॉन्च का जश्न मनाने के लिए बहुत जल्दी में लिया गया था। खैर, ऐसा लगता है कि मार्क ज़करबर्ग ने मजाक पर ध्यान दिया क्योंकि उन्होंने इसके बाद फेसबुक और इंस्टाग्राम पर एक अपडेटेड सेल्फी साझा की और अपने कैप्शन में उन्होंने कहा, होराइजन और अवतार ग्राफिक्स के मेजर अपडेट्स जल्दी आ रहे हैं। मैं कनेक्ट पर और शेयर करूंगा। आपको बता दें कि कनेक्ट अपकमिंग मेटा कॉन्फ्रेंस है जो प्रिंसिपली वीआर और एआर पर फोकस्ड है। ज़करबर्ग ने पिछली सेल्फी को संबोधित करते हुए कहा, इसके अलावा मुझे पता है कि इस सप्ताह की शुरुआत में मैंने जो तस्वीर पोस्ट की थी वह बहुत ही बुनियादी थी। होराइजन में ग्राफिक्स आर कैपेबल ऑफ मच मोर। यहाँ तक कि हेडसेट पर भी और होराइजन में बहुत तेजी से सुधार हो रहा है। यदि मेटावर्स के ग्राफिक्स रैडिकली नहीं बदलते हैं तो मेटा के मेटावर्स प्रोजेक्ट के फ्लॉप होने का खतरा है। इसके साथ साथ Q2 2022 के लिए फॉर्मर फेसबुक ग्रुप ने पहली बार सेल्स में डिक्लाइन की सूचना दी है। ये केवल एक्सपेंसिव मेटा प्रोजेक्ट नहीं है जो अरबों को निगल रही है। पूरे ग्रुप के लिए एडवर्टाइजिंग रेवेन्यू घट रहा है। इसकी वजह कंपटीशन से मिलने वाले ज्यादा अट्रैक्टिव ऑफर्स हैं। यूजर्स ग्रुप के सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स पर कम से कम समय बिता रहे हैं। ये एडवर्टाइजिंग सेल्स को कम करता है। यहाँ तक कि रील जैसे फीचर्स जिसे मेटा ने टिकटॉक से कॉपी किया था, ओरिजिनल पोस्ट के साथ साथ इन्हें भी मोनेटाइज नहीं किया जा सकता। हाल ही में इंस्टाग्राम प्लेटफॉर्म ने नेगेटिव हेडलाइंस बटोरी जब कुछ बड़े इन्फ्लुएंसर्स और सेलिब्रिटीज जैसे काइली जेनर और किम कार्दाशियन रीसेंट अपडेट्स के खिलाफ बैरिकेड्स पर चले गए। आपको बता दूं कि ऐसा इसलिए हुआ क्योंकि ये सभी चाहते थे कि इंस्टाग्राम टिकटॉक को दोहराने के अपने प्रयासों को कम करे और फोटो शेयरिंग पर ध्यान केंद्रित करके अपनी जड़ों पर वापस जाए। इसलिए मेक इंस्टाग्राम अगेन ट्वीट्स काफी चर्चा में रहे। मेटावर्स को ज़करबर्ग का प्रेस्टीज प्रोजेक्ट माना जाता है और इन द लॉन्ग टर्म मेटा को ओरिजिनल फेसबुक कोर बिजनेस के गिरते यूजर नंबर्स और एडवर्टाइजिंग रेवेन्यू को कम करना चाहिए। ज़करबर्ग मेटावर्स में वेब 3.0 का भविष्य देखते हैं और ये मेटा ग्रुप के प्लेटफॉर्म पर होना चाहिए। अगली विजुअल डिजाइन के अलावा ज़करबर्ग के मेटा प्रोजेक्ट को बड़े पैमाने पर हेडविंड का सामना करना पड़ता है। क्रिटिक्स मेनली मेटावर्स एडवोकेट्स हैं। उनका ओपिनियन है कि मेटावर्स को डिसेंट्रलाइज्ड किया जाना चाहिए और ये एक कॉर्पोरेशन के हाथों में नहीं होना चाहिए। श्रिंकिंग यूजर नंबर्स, डिक्लाइनिंग पॉपुलैरिटी ऑफ द कोर बिजनेस, ज्यादा अट्रैक्टिव कंपीटिंग प्लेटफॉर्म्स और एक मेटावर्स जो न केवल अपने ग्राफिक्स के कारण यूजर्स को डराता है। मेटा ग्रुप को ये सब सुनने के साथ साथ भारी समस्याओं का सामना करना पड़ रहा है। इस सोशल मीडिया ग्रुप का शेयर 1 साल से फ्री फॉल में है। ग्रुप का फ्यूचर बेहद ही क्वेश्चनेबल है। हालांकि ह्यूज करेंसी फ्लो के कारण अगले कुछ सालों में ये सोशल मीडिया की दिग्गज कंपनी दिवालिया नहीं होगी, लेकिन विकास की कहानी संदिग्ध है। मार्क ज़करबर्ग के मेटावर्स के भविष्य में क्या शामिल होगा, ये देखने के लिए हमें अभी और इंतजार करना होगा। तो आज के एपिसोड को यहीं रैप करते हैं। मैं विशाखा आपसे फिर मिलूंगी ऐसी ही इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरी के साथ। तब तक के लिए देखते रहिए 3.0 टीवी। हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब, लाइक और शेयर जरूर करें।
how long it will take before cryptocurrencies has the same importance, ease and equal amount of value as the fiat currencies. So I am Manoj Dara and you are watching this special story on 3.0 TV. Money is not what cryptocurrencies are. A cryptocurrency is a software program that consists of tokens or units that can be safely and securely transferred from one owner to the other. The publicly accessible, broadly displayed database called a blockchain stores transactions. So according to economists from the Bank of International Settlements, which is BIS, the use of public blockchain leads to fragmentation, which implies cryptocurrencies will never be a suitable form of payment. The BIS analysis claimed that when the number of transactions per block approaches its limit, the cost of transaction increases, driving the consumers to seek out alternative blockchains. So, BIS is an organization that represents the world's main central banks. So, according to them, this fragmentation means blockchain cannot harness the beneficial network effect associated with the traditional money. So this is something, an important point. Please keep an eye on this. So does it mean that the basic fundamentals of money are we going to experience? So cryptocurrencies do not adequately meet the functional requirements of money, and economists believe that the money performs three basic functions such as store of value, medium of exchange, and the unit of account. So what is store of value? We will discuss this. People feel comfortable holding their wealth in it. So despite the fact that many individuals own Bitcoin, its frequent significant price swings make it particularly risky investments for storing one's wealth, isn't it? So due to a number of issues including rising interest rates, the collapse of Terra Luna and the implosion of FTX, the market capitalization of cryptocurrencies has fallen from $3 trillion level, which is actually reached to under $1 trillion as we speak. So the second point which we're trying to explain is the medium of exchange. Even though several well-known businesses including Microsoft, PayPal and Starbucks have begun to accept cryptocurrencies as payments, many others still do not. For example, if we take an example of PayPal, one of the largest payment processors in the world, PayPal, has announced that it will be accepting Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies as payments starting in 2020. So, however, if a user chooses a cryptocurrency as the funding source, the cryptocurrency will be instantaneously converted into fiat money and the payment will be made to the PayPal merchants in the fiat money. So please remember this. This demonstrates that the fiat currency, in this case, the US dollar, is a medium of exchange and the cryptocurrencies are not. Dollar and the other currencies are legal tender which must be accepted if offered in payment of a debt. Cryptocurrencies are not. Our third point is a unit of account. Even as investors or a trader who have a great success trading Bitcoin refer to their money in dollars rather than Bitcoin. Dollars, not Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, are used to measure the size of cryptocurrency marketplaces. So while Bitcoin may serve this function someday, it doesn't yet. So overall, if we talk about cryptocurrencies can be used to purchase goods and services, however, they are not generally accepted as a medium of exchange. Cryptocurrencies are also a poor store of value given their volatility, few market participants opine. Further, the unstable nature of cryptocurrencies, including the so-called stable coins, undermines their function as a unit of account. So imagine being unable to budget your lunch if you went out to your favorite restaurant every day and the price of your meal is fluctuating in Bitcoin. Thankfully, the cost of your food is displayed in the currency you earn or you accept while you are traveling, such as the dollar, which is the real money. Thank you for watching this special segment on 3.0 TV. This is Manoj Dara signing off. Keep watching 3.0 TV for more such interesting updates. Thank you.
We will keep you connected to the evolving world of NFT.
For accurate and latest updates of cryptocurrency markets and global regulations.
Metaverse and Web3.
3.0 TV covers the latest crypto crimes.
Keeps you updated about the global crypto events and exhibitions.
Hello and a very warm welcome to all the viewers of Crypto TV. This is Manoj Dhara. Despite the mainstream market's negative reaction, blockchain gaming appears to have exploded in particularly just this year. Big name venture capital firms across the financial landscape have shown a strong outpouring of support for the potential yet polarizing gaming subsector. According to DappRadar and Blockchain Gaming Analysis, the blockchain gaming industry has seen a whopping 2,000% rise in activity and overall growth since the beginning of 2021, totaling 52% of the overall blockchain activity. Security incidents such as the recent $600 million Ronin Bridge breach reminds us the interoperability comes with a cost. At the same time, the conflict in Ukraine and the poor performance of the cryptocurrency market hampered gaming sector steady expansion last year. The metaverse continues to flash one of the most intriguing potential in the blockchain industry as game dApps continue to flourish. Since April, venture capitalists and other investors have invested more than $3 billion in blockchain gaming and metaverse ventures. Q1 of 2022 witnessed an inflow of $2.5 billion in investments from the blockchain gaming space, compared to the $4 billion raised by the sector across overall 2021, showing a significant acceleration in money poured into the space. So let's talk about venture capitalists and investors who have made a big bet on this. Andreessen Horowitz, also known as A16Z, one of the dominant forces in the venture capital industry, has launched a $600 million fund dedicated to gaming sector with a sub-focus on Web3, saying it believes gaming infra and technologies will be the key building blocks of metaverse. The A16Z team said the coming metaverse will be built by gaming companies using game technologies, and the industry has already solved many of the problems that need to be solved to create metaverse. It believes games will become the dominant way of people they spend time. The move of A16Z marks nearly $3 billion commitment by venture capital funds and the gaming industry giants into the Web3 gamings or metaverse projects since mid-April. Venture firms such as White Star Capital raised $120 million for its decentralized finance and gaming focus fund, along with $200 million of allocation of blockchain gaming projects by Framework Ventures, both taking place in April 2022. Last month, Epic Games, created by the popular Fortnite title, raised $2 billion to create a metaverse with funding from Sony and Lego. Let's showcase an overview of the blockchain games. The blockchain games attracted 1.22 million unique active wallets, which is UAW, in March of this year, with Axie Infinity being responsible for 22,000 of those in spite of the $615 million Ronin Bridge hack. A rise in popularity of play-to-earn NFT games on Ethereum sidechain has been a big contributor to the growth, with platforms like Crazy Defense Heroes, Pegaxi, Arc8, and Avagochi spurring a 219% increase in Polygon's gaming activity since the beginning of 2022. Activity on the likes of BAC and Ronin, on the other hand, has dropped off since the end of the year as users attempt to minimize risk or more volatile chains. So let's dig deep and review some of the top games. First on the list is Polygon game Crazy Defense Heroes CDH, and Pegaxi has been among the best performing games. Pegaxi on-chain activity has attracted 420% in same time frame and attracted over 16,000 UAW, which is users active wallet, in March. The tower defense game CDH has seen a steady rise in its player base, attracting over 134,000 daily user active base in March, registering a 540% growth from the end of December. The blockchain activity of Mobox increased 10% from the previous quarter on the back of solid roadmap and the moves around the Momverse. On the other hand, the Wax Alien World and Binance Bomb Crypto struggled to keep their blockchain activity on the same levels as the last year. Morgan Stanley has estimated the economic potential of the metaverse into at least a $8 trillion industry. Venture capitalists and investors are throwing capital at Web3 gaming projects at a record rate. However, security issues like the Ronin Bridge exploit and the challenges to achieve full interoperability reminds everyone involved that the mainstream adoption is still a few steps away. That's all for today. This is Manoj Dhara signing off. Keep watching Crypto TV. Thank you so much. Hello and welcome to 3.0 TV. I am Manoj Dara.
And I am Ruchi Sharma. In today's special segment, we are focusing on trending topic that has been on the minds of numerous governments of several countries across the globe.
Yes, Ruchi, and we are talking about CBDC, the four letters which are echoing in the halls of central banks across the globe.
So essentially, a CBDC is a digital form of a country's fiat currency issued by its central bank. Unlike volatile cryptocurrencies, a CBDC is seen as a trusted and transparent way to transact digitally.
Exactly, but CBDCs also hold the potential to disrupt the digital payments ecosystem in India and in the world. It could emerge as an alternative to mobile money in the future. That's what analysts are expecting. Possibly competing with the likes of examples such as Paytm and the Google Pay.
That's why over 100 countries are exploring central bank digital currency. Over 10 countries have launched the e-currency and over 15 countries are running the pilot.
But interestingly, Ruchi, there are over 70 countries, largely G7 countries, are in different stages of development and research according to Atlantic Council's Central Bank Digital Currency Tracker.
Manoj, it is impossible to track the CBDC development of over 100
Exactly.
countries in this small segment.
But you are right, Ruchi, as we speak about CBDC. So we will focus only on 10 countries across the globe and give quick summary for our viewers about advancement of their CBDC launch.
So let's get ready for this virtual world tour.
Of course, so first let's go to Bahamas. In October 2020, Bahamas became the first country in the world to launch its very own digital currency, Sand Dollar. So Bahamas is also the first country in the world to open its embassy in the metaverse. It seems when it comes to digital technology, this small nation is taking giant leap.
Of course. In October 2021, Nigeria became the first African country to establish a CBDC. The e-Naira is kept in a digital wallet and can be used for in-store contactless payments as well as money transfers.
But however, if you talk about e-Naira, recent figures have shown that Nigerian central bank digital currency has been adopted by just 0.5% of the country's population. There is widespread confusion and general mistrust of the ruling elite have hampered e-Naira's adoption in Nigeria. So let us give a small numbers for our viewers. So there are roughly around, if you talk about the global internet adoption, Nigeria and this African region accounts for roughly around 20 to 25% of the total population. And this can be a reason why there is a drop in adoption because of the internet access and the mobile accessibility in those areas.
Of course. So moving on to Eastern Caribbean Union, it's a group of 7 countries and they are Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, Grenada, Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia and St. Vincent and Grenadines.
So these 7 Eastern Caribbean Union countries developed their own digital currency to assist in speedy transactions and serve those without bank accounts. So this is an important thing to keep an eye on because bank account and the CBDCs, I mean, if you talk about UPI in India, it is directly connected to the banks.
Of course.
And if you're talking about central bank digital currency, it has to be associated with your bank account. So banking the unbanked is the most important thing as far as CBDC is concerned.
Of course. Now let's come back to India. As you know, the Reserve Bank of India recently on 1st November 2022 launched first pilot of wholesale CBDC. RBI Governor Shaktikanta Das hailed it as a landmark achievement. Governor also added that retail CBDC with selected groups will be launched later this month.
Exactly, Indian government has announced that the digital rupee will be introduced by 2022-23. Nirmala Sitharaman, India's finance minister, had made the announcement in February 2022. So according to the finance minister, the CBDC would strengthen India's economy, increase efficiency and lower expenses of the country's currency management system and provide a stable, regulated digital currency that will compete with private cryptocurrencies. That's what the market analysts are saying.
Of course. Moving to our friendly nation, Russia, in Feb 2022, the Bank of Russia, Russia's central bank, announced that it had completed initial trials of the CBDC, also known as the digital ruble.
So, 2 of the banks in the Bank of Russia's trial group has already connected to the digital currency network and completed a full cycle of digital ruble transactions between the customers using mobile banking apps.
The next country on the list is our neighboring country of People's Republic of China. In April 2020, China became the world's first large economy to test a digital currency. The People's Bank of China wants the eCNY or digital yuan to be widely used in China by 2022.
So from China, let's go to Europe. So we will start with Sweden, where the e-krona, a digital currency developed in Sweden, is now being tested. The testing will progress from simulated individuals to an environment with external participants.
So if we look at CBDC policy of United Kingdom, so far UK has kept CBDC under the research status. The UK administration doesn't yet provide a timeline, nor does it give guarantee the application of CBDC in the future. However, recently with pro-crypto and pro-CBDC, Rishi Sunak becoming the UK Prime Minister, we might soon see some development about CBDC from UK.
Let's hope for the best, but from UK, let's fly to USA. Well, the US has not set plans to create a CBDC, but the Federal Reserve issued a report in January 2022 which invited public comment and weighed the potential risk and benefits of the US CBDC. In March 2022, President Biden issued an executive order which directed Congress to access the technological infrastructure and capabilities needed for a potential US CBDC.
So the Biden administration thinks that US CBDC will help strengthen the nation's role as the global financial leader, but only time will tell when US will move ahead with the CBDC launch.
Interestingly, but last but not the least, the 10th country on our CBDC list is Singapore. The Monetary Authority of Singapore has launched a new program called UBIN Plus to test cross-border currency transactions using central bank digital currency, which try to explore various use cases of CBDC such as connectivity between CBDC and other digital assets, forex and liquidity management.
MAS is also testing cross-border interoperability in SWIFT CBDC sandbox together with 17 other central banks and commercial institutions.
Ruchi, but apart from these 10 countries, many other countries like Israel, Norway, France, Switzerland, Japan, Hong Kong, Thailand, Cambodia and Saudi Arabia are also involved in CBDC research and pilot programs for cross-border payments.
There is no doubt that CBDC are going to be launched around the world, but it remains to be seen if CBDCs will be adopted by general population like fiat currency or electronic money like Paytm and Google Pay.
Well, that's all there is in this special segment. We will meet again with interesting updates about CBDC and crypto worlds.
Till then, keep watching 3.0 TV, like and share our videos, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get instant updates. Have a great day.
Thank you.
नमस्कार, मैं हूं रुचि शर्मा। इंटरनेट के तेजी से हो रहे विकास ने डिजिटल एज की कुछ सबसे एक्साइटिंग डेवलपमेंट्स को जन्म दिया है, जैसे कि नॉन फंजिबल टोकन्स और मेटावर्स। भारत में भी नॉन फंजिबल टोकन्स में रुचि बढ़ रही है। एनएफटी के लिए प्रमुख बाजारों और एप्लीकेशंस में गेमिंग, कलेक्टिबल्स, फाइनेंशियलाइजेशन और सोशल नेटवर्क्स शामिल हैं। मौजूदा टेक्नोलॉजी स्टार्टअप्स ने एनएफटी बेस्ड प्रोडक्ट्स को अपने प्लेटफॉर्म पर जोड़ने के कारण आर्थिक विकास की संभावना ज्यादा है। दुनिया भर में मेटावर्स की बढ़ती मांग के साथ कई बिजनेस ओनर्स इंडिया में मेटावर्स डेवलपमेंट कंपनियों की सहायता से अपनी परियोजनाओं को मेटावर्स टेक्नोलॉजी में बदल रहे हैं। बढ़ती डोमेस्टिक मार्केट्स, डायनामिक स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम और ह्यूज स्किल पूल के कारण अलग अलग बिजनेसेस इंडियन कंपनीज के साथ काम करना चुन रहे हैं, जिनकी वजह से ये कहना गलत नहीं होगा कि इंडिया में मेटावर्स का भविष्य उज्जवल है। इंडिया में बॉलीवुड, स्पोर्ट्स से लेकर बड़े बड़े ब्रांड्स और आम लोग एनएफटी ट्रेंड को अपना रहे हैं। बॉलीवुड स्टार्स की बात करें तो इसमें सबसे पहला नाम ही सबसे बड़ा नाम है अमिताभ बच्चन ने नवंबर 2021 में अपने पिता की कविता मधुशाला को NFT का रूप दिया था। उसके बाद सलमान खान, रजनीकांत, कमल हासन, मनीष मल्होत्रा और सनी लियोनी ने भी इस ट्रेंड को फॉलो किया। फिल्मों के मामले में अमिताभ बच्चन स्टारर झुंड, दक्षिण सुपरस्टार यश की KGF 2, प्रभास स्टारर राधेश्याम और अन्य कई फिल्मों के सीन्स, पोस्टर्स और लिमिटेड कलेक्शन NFT फैंस के लिए जारी की जा चुकी हैं। स्पोर्ट्स की दुनिया में भी NFT का फीवर देखने को मिला है। सचिन तेंदुलकर, युवराज सिंह, रोहित शर्मा, दिनेश कार्तिक, सुनील गावस्कर और झूलन गोस्वामी के अलावा कई अन्य स्टार्स भी NFT को अपना चुके हैं। यहाँ तक कि तमिलनाडु पुलिस ने अपने आउटस्टैंडिंग टीम मेंबर्स को सोल बाउंड टोकन्स यानी NFT के फॉर्म में डिजिटल मेडल्स जारी किए हैं। अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर इंस्टाग्राम पर NFTs लॉन्च, रेडिट की अवतार NFTs, टाइम का NFT में पहला फुल मैगजीन इशू शामिल है।
NFT का जिक्र हो और मेटावर्स का नाम ना आए, ऐसा मुमकिन नहीं है। मेटावर्स को बड़ी बड़ी इंडस्ट्रीज, एंटरटेनमेंट और गेमिंग इंडस्ट्रीज ने भी अपनाया है। मेटावर्स की वर्चुअल दुनिया अब लोगों के लिए बेहद खास बनती जा रही है। इसमें शॉपिंग, गेमिंग, कॉन्सर्ट अटेंड करना, AGM रखने से लेकर ट्रेलर रिलीज और टूरिज्म तक कई चीजें मौजूद हैं। यहाँ तक इंडिया में एशिया के पहले मेटावर्स वेडिंग तक को किया जा चुका है। इंडियन एंटरटेनमेंट इंडस्ट्री ने मेटावर्स के ट्रेंड को जोर शोर से अपनाया है। श्रीमारू डिसेंट्रलैंड मेटावर्स पर सिनेमा ओपन करने वाला है। वाशु भगनानी की पूजा एंटरटेनमेंट ने फर्स्ट वर्चुअल प्लॉट पूजावर्स को अपने नाम किया है और पॉपुलर सिंगर दलेर मेहंदी भी मेटावर्स में बल्ले बल्ले लैंड के मालिक बन चुके हैं। दूसरी तरफ प्रभास की राधेश्याम से लेकर यश की KGF 2, अजय देवगन की रुद्रा से लेकर अमिताभ बच्चन की झुंड और कमल हासन की विक्रम तक कई फिल्मों ने मेटावर्स में एंट्री कर ली है। इसे एक कदम आगे ले जाते हुए पूजा एंटरटेनमेंट की अक्षय कुमार और टाइगर श्रॉफ स्टारर बड़े मियां छोटे मियां मेटावर्स में रिलीज की जाने वाली पहली फिल्म बनने जा रही है। महिंद्रा एंड महिंद्रा, तनिष्क और मेक माई ट्रिप जैसी इंडियन कंपनीज ने मेटावर्स स्पेस में एंट्री की है और डिजिटल फ्यूचर का मार्ग प्रशस्त कर रही हैं। डिजिटल दुनिया में अपने ऑपरेशंस एक्सपैंड करने के लिए मार्केटिंग टूल के रूप में मेटावर्स रिलेटेड टूल्स और NFTs इस्तेमाल करने वाली कंपनियां कई सेक्टर्स में फैली हुई हैं। हाल ही में मुकेश अंबानी की रिलायंस की AGM को मेटावर्स में होस्ट किया गया था। वहीं शहरों के मामले में तमिलनाडु अब मेटावर्स हब बनने जा रहा है और बैंगलोर इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट लिमिटेड टर्मिनल 2 को मेटावर्स में लाने से लेकर कर्नाटका में टूरिस्ट को अट्रैक्ट करने के लिए सरकार द्वारा मेटावर्स में मौजूद थीम पार्क का ब्लूप्रिंट भी शेयर कर दिया गया है। इंडिया में अधिकांश मिलेनियल्स और जेन ज़ी ने मेटावर्स और NFT के बारे में अपनी रुचि दिखाई है। इंडिया पहले से ही गेमिंग और एंटरटेनमेंट के लिए एक महत्वपूर्ण मार्केट है। हाल में कड़े रेगुलेशन के बावजूद मार्केट वेंचर्स के लिए ओपन है। मेटावर्स में हो रहे इस क्रांति का सभी इंडस्ट्री प्लेयर्स अच्छे से फायदा उठा रहे हैं। तो आज की इस स्पेशल स्टोरी में फिलहाल इतना ही। हम आपसे फिर मिलेंगे ऐसी ही ताजा जानकारियों के साथ। तब तक के लिए देखते रहिए 3.0 TV। हमारे चैनल को लाइक, शेयर और सब्सक्राइब जरूर करें।
नमस्कार, मैं हूँ रुचि शर्मा। वेब3 की दुनिया धीरे धीरे नहीं बल्कि काफी तेजी से हमारे आसपास की दुनिया को बदल रही है और इसमें ब्लॉकचेन ने महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाई है। तो ब्लॉकचेन क्या है? ब्लॉकचेन ट्रांजैक्शन रिकॉर्ड करने, एसेट को ट्रैक करने और ट्रस्ट बिल्ड करने के लिए एक इम्यूटेबल लेजर की तरह है, यानी एक डेटाबेस जिसमें कोई अनधिकृत छेड़छाड़ संभव नहीं होती। और इन्हीं बातों का प्रयास ब्लॉकचेन के जरिए हेल्थ केयर सिस्टम को बेहतर बनाने के लिए किया जा रहा है। हेल्थ केयर सिस्टम में शेयर लेजर पूरी जानकारी का डेटाबेस है। इस डेटाबेस को डॉक्टर, मरीज और पेशेंट हिस्ट्री के साथ जुड़े हुए सभी संबंधित लोग देख सकते हैं। ब्लॉकचेन को एक नए ब्लॉक के रूप में अपडेट किया जाता है। इसमें सभी पक्षों को डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड डेटा का जॉइंट ओनर और कंट्रीब्यूटर माना जाता है। उदाहरण के तौर पर हम पेशेंट के इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मेडिकल रिकॉर्ड यानी कि EMR को ही ले सकते हैं। ब्लॉकचेन पर EMR को पेशेंट का इलाज कर रहे डॉक्टर अपडेट कर सकते हैं। वहीं पेशेंट भी अपनी मेडिकल जांच की रिपोर्ट EMR में अपडेट कर सकते हैं, जिसे उनके साथ साथ डॉक्टर भी देख सकते हैं। ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी में मौजूद ये इम्यूटेबल लेजर हेल्थ केयर प्रोफेशनल्स को हर तरह से फायदा पहुंचा रहा है। मेडिकल स्कूल की डिग्री हासिल करनी हो, क्लिनिक की जमीन इत्यादि संबंधी जानकारी हो या फिर किसी क्लिनिकल ट्रायल संबंधी कोई रिकॉर्ड, सब अब ब्लॉकचेन पर सुरक्षित रखा जा सकता है। हेल्थ केयर सिस्टम की जरूरतों में फिट बैठते हुए ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी को ट्रांसपेरेंसी और सिक्योर तरीके से काम करने के लिए डिजाइन किया गया है। कहा जा सकता है कि हेल्थ केयर सिस्टम को बढ़ावा देने के लिए ब्लॉकचेन एक सही टेक्नोलॉजी है। ब्लॉकचेन में बड़ी आसानी से भरोसेमंद डेटा को सुरक्षित रखा जा सकता है। ब्लॉकचेन आम लोगों में हेल्थ केयर सिस्टम को लेकर विश्वास स्थापित करने में अहम भूमिका निभा सकती है, लेकिन ब्लॉकचेन के लिए हेल्थ केयर सिस्टम में मौजूद डेटा का साइज और नेचर थोड़ी बहुत मुश्किल पैदा कर सकता है। ब्लॉकचेन पर बड़ी मात्रा में डेटा को सुरक्षित रूप से स्टोर करने के दौरान HIPAA और GDPR जैसे कंप्लायंस की जरूरत पेचीदगी को बढ़ाती है, लेकिन कुछ कंपनियां और संस्थान इसे आसान करने में जुट गए हैं। हेल्थ केयर सिस्टम से जुड़ी हेडरा कंपनी स्मार्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट के लिए हैशग्राफ का इस्तेमाल करती है। वही डिजिटल हेल्थ प्लेटफॉर्म सेफमेयो क्लिनिक कोविड-19 टेस्ट और हेल्थ सिस्टम को वेरीफाई करने के लिए ब्लॉकचेन का उपयोग कर रहे हैं। तेजी से आगे बढ़ने वाले टेक्नोलॉजी के जमाने में हेल्थ केयर प्रोवाइडर और रिसीवर के बीच अब सब कुछ स्मार्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट पर आधारित है, और वो दिन दूर नहीं जब ब्लॉकचेन भारत के हेल्थ केयर सिस्टम को और अधिक आसान, तेज और फायदेमंद बनाने में अहम भूमिका निभाएगी। इस खास स्टोरी में फिलहाल इतना ही। ऐसी और दिलचस्प स्टोरीज के लिए देखते रहिए 3.0 टीवी।
Hello and welcome to 3.0 TV. I am Shikha Singh, and in today's special segment, I am going to tell you about an extraordinary story of a man and his electronic chip. We have all heard of the film Ravan, which is one of the most expensive films ever made. What if I told you that there is a real-life counterpart to Shah Rukh Khan's character G1 in the film? Yes, you heard that right. A Swiss IT professional called F418, whose real identity is not yet revealed, surgically implanted a lightning-enabled chip into his left hand to make lightning network payments. It's worth noting that F418's NFC implant into a human is one of its kind. F418 has made the entire process open source and accessible, including health warnings on GitHub. He has called the process Lightning Paw. Now the question is, what exactly is the lightning network payment? Why did he implant the chip in his hand? Did implanting the chip in his hand work for him? Did it hurt while the chip was implanted? Is the procedure medically safe? We will of course get to know all of these things, but in the meanwhile, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon for more updates. Well, Lightning Network is a second layer payment protocol that operates on the top of Bitcoin blockchain. It allows for near instant and near free transactions by enabling users to make multiple payments without having to wait for the transactions to be confirmed on the blockchain. Most importantly, the Lightning Network creates a network of payment channels between users, allowing them to transact directly without the need for each transaction to be recorded on the blockchain. Users use a smartphone or a Bolt card to transact on payment channels. But unlike other users, F418 went above and beyond by surgically implanting a lightning-enabled chip in his hand. F418 stated that he experimented with the body modification and Lightning Network payments for entertainment purposes. He does not recommend that Bitcoin enthusiasts take control of the Layer 2 payments network or LN as he did, he said in an interview with Cointelegraph. F418 loftily declared that while most of the people carry cards, it's his hand that has the wow factor. However, his attempts to pay failed as the first implant F418 used was defective. Undeterred, he visited a medical professional to surgically remove the implant before trying again. The second attempt succeeded. The chip sits neatly in his left hand and can now make LN payments without reaching for a Bolt card or a smartphone. F418 added that the chip does not hurt at all even if he goes to the gym. While the process is medically safe, the only problem with the implant is that you cannot make them entirely safe. It's not the same security as the Bolt card. You can only do LN URL withdrawals. It's not safe. Plus, if you make a mistake during the implantation process, it's not a good idea to take the chip in and out of the body as it could cause harm or infection, F418 explained. So it's best to get it right the first time. To make a payment, he simply places a hand near a compatible NFC reader. Now, if someone asks you for a payment in cryptocurrency, you don't need your smartphone or your Bolt card. You can simply tell them, "Talk to my hand." Well, that's it in today's special segment. This is Shikha Singh signing off. We will meet again with more exciting updates from Cryptoverse. Till then, keep watching 3.0 TV. Please like and share our videos. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get instant updates.
We will keep you connected to the evolving world of NFT.
For accurate and latest updates of cryptocurrency markets and global regulations.
Metaverse and Web3
3.0 TV covers the latest crypto crimes.
Keeps you updated about the global crypto events and exhibitions.
किसी फेमस NFT पर बेस्ड रेस्टोरेंट खोलना, उसके कैरेक्टर पर बेस्ड म्यूजिक वीडियो रिलीज करना या उस NFT पर बेस्ड मर्चेंडाइज सेल करना, इस तरह के राइट्स अक्सर आपको NFTs के साथ मिलते हैं। भले ही हर NFT IP राइट्स ना दे, लेकिन लाइसेंस हर NFT के साथ आता है और अब वक्त के साथ साथ इनमें भी हम वेरिएशंस देख रहे हैं। क्या आप जानते हैं CC0 क्या है? नहीं, मैं किसी डेजिग्नेशन की बात नहीं कर रही, बल्कि ये भी एक टाइप ऑफ लाइसेंस है फॉर NFTs, जो NFT मार्केट को बदल कर रख देगा। कम से कम फिलहाल तो यही उम्मीद की जा रही है। क्यों और कैसे, चलिए आपको बताते हैं। इन दिनों NFT प्रोजेक्ट्स तेजी से CC0 फ्रेमवर्क ऑफ लाइसेंस को अपना रहे हैं। हैरानी की बात तो ये है कि इसमें कोई राइट्स रिजर्व नहीं होते। क्या आपका रिएक्शन भी कुछ ऐसा ही था ना कि कहां तो BAYC ने अपने स्ट्रिक्ट IP राइट्स के चलते लोगों को कोर्ट तक घसीटा है, तो कहीं कॉपीराइट ओनरशिप पर लीगल फाइट चल रही है और यहाँ लाइसेंस की बात हो रही है और वो भी विद नो राइट्स रिजर्व्ड। हाउ इज दिस पॉसिबल? इसका फायदा क्या है? चलिए और ज्यादा वक्त जाया नहीं करते और आपको डिटेल में बताते हैं CC0 के बारे में। CC0 मतलब क्रिएटिव कॉमन्स जीरो, जहां जीरो डिनोट करता है उस प्रोजेक्ट की इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी पर नो राइट्स रिजर्व्ड। ये ऐसा कॉपीराइट है जिसके तहत क्रिएटर्स अपने वर्क पर किसी भी तरह की लीगल इंटरेस्ट को वेव ऑफ कर सकते हैं और उसे इंस्टेंटली पब्लिक डोमेन में प्लेस कर सकते हैं। इस तरह के लाइसेंस में ओनर्स अपने NFT के आर्ट को मार्केट कर सकते हैं, चेंज कर सकते हैं, उससे नया ब्रांड तैयार कर सकते हैं और भी बहुत कुछ मुमकिन है। इनफैक्ट हैरानी की बात तो ये है कि CC0 लाइसेंस के अंडर जरूरी नहीं है कि आप किसी कलेक्शन में से किसी NFT को ओन करें। कोई भी किसी भी कलेक्शन में से किसी भी NFT को इस्तेमाल कर सकता है, यहां तक कि अपनी कंपनी के लोगो के तौर पर भी। Isn't that amazing? वो पहला प्रोजेक्ट जिसने इस लाइसेंस का इस्तेमाल किया और उसे बड़ा हिट बनाया वो है नाउन्स। इस प्रोजेक्ट का एम था पहले कम्युनिटी बिल्ड की जाए, फिर डाओ और फिर नाउन कैरेक्टर्स यूज करके नए डेरिवेटिव्स क्रिएट किए जा सके। और हुआ भी ऐसा। नाउन प्रोजेक्ट ने सनग्लासेस कलेक्शन लॉन्च की, फिर लिटिल नाउन्स NFT कलेक्शन और फिर इनिशिएटिव्स भी। नाउन्स प्रोजेक्ट की सक्सेस को देखकर मूनबर्ड्स ने भी अपनी राह बदल ली। मूनबर्ड्स ने भले ही रेगुलर लाइसेंस के साथ शुरुआत की हो, लेकिन अगस्त 2022 में मूनबर्ड्स भी CC0 पर शिफ्ट हो गए। सिर्फ मूनबर्ड्स ही नहीं, कई प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं जो CC0 को अपने डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन लाइसेंस मॉडल के तौर पर इस्तेमाल करते हैं। चलिए बताते हैं आपको इन टॉप कलेक्शंस के बारे में। नाउन्स, लिटिल नाउन्स, MFers, Goblin Town WTF, Cryptoads, Xcopy Art, Crypto Dig Butts, Loot Project, Moonbirds, oddities_XYZ। अब आप सोच रहे होंगे कि भला इस तरह के लाइसेंस का फायदा क्या है, क्यों उसे बड़े बड़े NFT प्रोजेक्ट्स यूज कर रहे हैं जहां कोई राइट्स रिजर्व नहीं है, कोई भी इन्हें इस्तेमाल कर सकता है। तो चलिए आपकी ये उलझन भी दूर कर देते हैं। दरअसल इस तरह के लाइसेंस को अपनाने के पीछे सोच होती है उस प्रोजेक्ट को एक ब्रॉडर ऑडियंस तक पहुंचाना जो इसमें वैल्यू ऐड करे, फिर डेरिवेटिव्स कलेक्शन के जरिए ओरिजिनल आर्ट से जुड़े मर्चेंडाइज ऐड करके और लगातार बढ़ती कम्युनिटी की मदद से इंटरैक्शन अपॉर्चुनिटीज बढ़ती हैं, जिससे फिर कलेक्शन में सबका इंटरेस्ट बढ़ता है। जाहिर सी बात है, इससे क्रिएटर्स और NFT होल्डर्स दोनों को फायदा पहुंचता है। यही वजह है कि एक्चुअली अपनी कलेक्शन के राइट्स देने से क्रिएटर्स और होल्डर्स को नुकसान नहीं बल्कि फायदा होता है। कैसे? चलिए बताते हैं आपको। पहला पॉइंट, क्रिएटर्स या डाओ को फिर भी सेकेंडरी मार्केट में रॉयल्टीज मिलती हैं। पॉइंट नंबर 2, डेरिवेटिव्स क्रिएशन से ओरिजिनल कलेक्शन को और ज्यादा अटेंशन मिलती है। पॉइंट नंबर 3, डेरिवेटिव्स अक्सर ओरिजिनल कलेक्शन होल्डर्स को एयर ड्रॉप देते हैं। पॉइंट नंबर 4, क्रिएटर्स या डाओ नए प्रोजेक्ट को फंड कर सकते हैं जिससे उनकी कलेक्शन की पॉपुलैरिटी और बढ़े और इस तरह से नए प्रोजेक्ट और ओरिजिनल प्रोजेक्ट दोनों को फायदा होता रहता है। आपको जानकर हैरानी होगी कि टॉप 10 नॉन CC0 NFT कलेक्शन की टोटल नंबर ऑफ ट्रांजैक्शन के महज 8% के बराबर है टॉप CC0 NFT कलेक्शन की नंबर ऑफ ट्रांजैक्शन। बावजूद इसके पिछले 30 दिनों में टॉप नॉन CC0 कलेक्शन की टोटल ट्रेडिंग वॉल्यूम के 30% के बराबर है टॉप CC0 लाइसेंस कलेक्शन की ट्रेडिंग वॉल्यूम। और ये आंकड़ा लगातार बढ़ रहा है क्योंकि वक्त के साथ बहुत सी कलेक्शन अब CC0 लाइसेंसिंग मॉडल की तरफ बढ़ रही हैं। चलिए CC0 लाइसेंस के कुछ सक्सेसफुल डेरिवेटिव्स प्रोडक्ट के बारे में आपको बताते हैं। आइकॉनिक NFT क्रिएटर Xcopy ने अपने आर्ट सेव एज राइट गाय को जैन 2021 को CC0 लाइसेंस के अंडर शामिल किया। इस CC0 लाइसेंस की बदौलत ऑलरेडी इस आर्ट से जुड़े बहुत से डेरिवेटिव्स शुरू हो गए हैं। CC0 लाइसेंस की अनाउंसमेंट के बाद मूनबर्ड के डेरिवेटिव्स की तो जैसे बाढ़ सी आ गई। इन्हीं में से एक है मूनबर्ड, जहां क्रिएटर ने स्पेशली ये कहा कि कलेक्शन सिर्फ लाइसेंस की बदौलत मुमकिन हो पाई। अब इतना तो तय है कि ये CC0 लाइसेंस कोई ट्रेंड नहीं है जो वक्त के साथ फेड हो जाएगा, खास तौर पर नाउन कलेक्शन की जबरदस्त सक्सेस को विटनेस करने के बाद। और जिस तरह मूनबर्ड्स डाओ की तरफ बढ़ा और अपने लोगो या ब्रांड यूज को इंसेंटिवाइज किया, इस तरह से अपनी कलेक्शन की कॉपीराइट को रिलीज करके उसे डाओ के अंदर NFT होल्डर्स के साथ शेयर करना इन्वेस्टर्स के लिए काफी दिलचस्प है, जिससे किसी कलेक्शन के हिस्से को ओन करके उस ब्रांड के हिस्से को ओन किया जा सकता है। अब इससे अच्छा भला और क्या होगा। इस खास स्टोरी में फिलहाल इतना ही। ऐसी और इंटरेस्टिंग स्टोरीज के लिए देखते रहिए 3.0 TV। मेरे यानी रुचि के वीडियोस को लाइक और शेयर करें, साथ ही 3.0 TV को सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें और तमाम नोटिफिकेशंस के लिए बेल आइकन दबाएं। हैव अ ग्रेट डे।
Hello and welcome to 3.0 TV. I am Vishakha Thakur. India's regulator of banks, the RBI, has launched trials of its retail central bank digital currency or digital rupee in 4 major cities. The RBI has shortlisted 4 banks, SBI, ICICI, Yes Bank and IDFC for the pilot, and these banks have chosen some individuals and some merchants who are account holders for this. Many of us are wondering that why RBI has taken this step. Why did RBI launch digital rupee and how will it function, its importance and its difference with cryptocurrency? To get a better understanding of this, we have invited Mr. Sudeep Bandyopadhyay of IndiTrade. Welcome to 3.0 TV, sir.
Thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure to be with you guys and talk about this interesting topic.
Please explain us in detail the importance of CBDC and what led RBI to launch CBDC pilot project in India, its importance and likely benefits from this new age technology which can disrupt our usual way of paper currency deals.
The initiative taken by RBI to launch CBDC is unique and one of the most interesting developments in the financial markets in the recent past. We have been flooded with crypto exchanges, cryptocurrencies. However, the reliability and the bankability of cryptocurrency was always under big question mark. I think Indian Central Bank has stepped in that territory. A digital currency launched by a central bank will obviate, will take care of the concerns around credibility and reliability of the digital currency. So this central bank digital currency will have the same weightage, same credibility as currency notes have, without the additional hassle of physically handling currency notes and physically carrying currency notes. It benefits both the issuer, which is the central bank, and the user. The cost of issuance from a central bank's point of view comes down significantly, and for individuals I think this is a completely hassle-free digital transaction which is akin to using cash. And the traceability, the biggest benefit in some way for cash is that it is not directly traced, directly linked. And some individuals for some transactions prefer that. Now digital currency will provide that anonymity will be provided by the digital currency.
CBDC places question mark on existence of banks, cryptocurrency and UPI, similarly on other technology-driven activity. So, sir, how do you think the CBDC can change scenario of financial transaction, and will it pose a threat to UPI?
The biggest and most interesting aspect of CBDC is that we did not work with a bank or use a particular platform for linking. So in case of UPI, you are tied down to a particular system for using UPI, whether it's the particular system introduced by the government or some of the private players. You don't have to worry about any particular system in case of CBDC. CBDC is issued by central bank and multiple bank platforms will be able to support that. As of now, RBI has allowed 4 large banks, including SBI and ICICI Bank, for this CBDC purposes. Going forward, we believe most banks will be brought under the net, and it will be a seamless transaction experience for the individuals and the users. It will be in that manner different from UPI, where you are still tied down to a particular system or a particular operator. Here it will be completely fungible, just like currency notes are. Central banks all over the world are thinking about launching pilots, but we must congratulate RBI to have gone off with the first CBDC, and I'm pretty confident that this will have a strong use case, and central banks all over the world will start following the example set by RBI. As far as the disadvantages of CBDC is concerned, we would go back to pretty much the same old argument of cash versus bank transaction. In case of cash, traceability becomes difficult. In case of cash, the handling becomes an issue. Whereas the handling part is being taken care of, the traceability challenges still remain, which in a way provides the benefit to the user of remaining anonymous while using the CBDC. On the other hand, from the regulatory point of view and from many other transaction tracking perspective, this CBDC will not be traceable to the extent bank transactions are. However, we believe that there is place for CBDC as well as bank transactions as well as currency. We believe in an ideal scenario, in a future world, all three, cash, CBDC as well as bank transfers, will coexist and make transaction experience more robust for individuals and corporations.
All right, so thank you so much, sir, for being on 3.0 TV and sharing your views and knowledge with our viewers. It was really great having you on the show.
Thank you.
Coexistence of banks, UPI and CBDC as well as seamless operations of India's financial process is what Mr. Sudeep Bandyopadhyay believes in. Ending on that optimistic outlook, this is me, Vishakha Thakur, signing off for now. Keep watching 3.0 TV for more such interviews. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel, and for instant updates, do press the bell icon.
Cryptocurrency bear markets can be brutal for new investors without sufficient experience. The swings are typically a lot more violent compared to traditional stock markets. And it is not unheard of some coins to lose 90% or more from their all-time high values. Not having sufficient knowledge or experiencing a cryptocurrency bear market for the first time can have investors commit many mistakes. With this in mind, learning from people who have been around in previous cycles as well as identifying these mistakes in advance could save both money and emotional hurdles. Hello and welcome to 3.0 TV. I'm your host Ruchi Sharma, and today we are going to explore the mistakes that traders and investors make during a cryptocurrency bear market and how to avoid them. But before moving ahead, like and share our videos, subscribe to our channel and do not forget to press the bell icon to get instant updates. Okay, let's get started. The first mistake is panic selling. Panic is universally bad. This is because when we panic, we experience an intense sensation of both fear and anxiety, and it usually comes as a response to an existing danger. When this happens, we tend to be more prone to losing control and making reactionary decisions that are devoid of common sense and logic. In the realm of trading and investing, panic selling refers to the action of a widespread sell-off of a cryptocurrency because of fear, rumor, or in general an overreaction instead of a reasoned and carefully planned analysis. Investing in a cryptocurrency is an act that should be based on sound, objective merits rather than emotions. During the times of aggressive sell-offs, many investors panic. This is entirely normal, but also likely to be the most common mistake. Remember, no asset goes up in a straight line. There will be bumps along the journey. So do not sell based on panic, but on sound, objective judgment. The second common mistake is called marrying your bags. While you should avoid panic selling, this also does not mean that you should never sell. Realizing that you made a bad investment and casting your ego aside is just as important. Many people get married to their bags, meaning that they form an emotional attachment to the investment and foregoing reason and logic when the narrative behind it fails. This is something that happened to many people back in 2017 and 2018, when the ICO boom was peaking. Many investors got in early, made serious returns, but failed to realize them in chase of even higher ROI. Later on, when their cryptocurrency started crashing, they did not sell because they were convinced of their recovery. The fact of the matter is that many of the altcoins that have lost over 90% of their value since the all-time high are unlikely to revisit these levels. Do not be afraid to cut your losses and move on. The third common mistake is overtrading. This has a lot to do with mishandling emotions too. Overtrading is frequently the consequence of a few things: regret of misreading of investment thesis, missing an opportunity, the strong desire to recoup previous losses, and so forth. The one thing all of the above have in common is that they prompt emotion-based decision making. Remember, the market does not care for your emotions. The charts are nothing but a visual representation of information, and it is up to you how you will interpret this information. In all cases, though, this is a process based on nothing but objectivity, one where emotions have no room to thrive. This is also the fact that you pay additional trading fees when jumping in and out of trades. And if you're not managing this properly, they can add up pretty quickly. So be cautious and do not overtrade. The fourth common mistake is trying to time the bottom. Trying to time the bottom is another prevalent mistake that newcomers tend to make. It's a tale as old as time. BTC still has room to go down. I'll buy then. And then one of the two things happen. One, Bitcoin does go down, but they never buy, thinking once again that it has more room to drop. Number two, Bitcoin never goes down and they do not buy thinking that one last leg down will eventually come. But consider this. Imagine Bitcoin trading at $10,000 and you think it will go down to $8,000 in another 20% crash. You don't buy. And then Bitcoin goes on a parabolic bull run, hitting $100,000. Now ask yourself, were those 20% worth it? During the COVID crash in March 2020, when BTC dropped below $4,000, many people thought that the worst was yet to come as the world was on the brink of an economic disaster in the face of global lockdowns and a looming pandemic. But that never happened. Instead, BTC went on a rampant bull run where it topped $69,000 a year later. The point is, nobody knows where the market will go. It is all just educated and informed guesses. Therefore, if you're not a professional trader, one of the best strategies you can use is the dollar cost average. If you DCA on the way down, that's even better. The idea is that you take the amount of money you want to invest and you break it down into smaller batches that you invest on a regular basis. For example, once every 2 weeks or once a month. This will get an average price between all the entries and will minimize the risk. The fifth common mistake is not paying attention to mental health. From all of the above, one thing should be crystal clear: your mental health is paramount. No amount of money is worth sacrificing your well-being. Now that cryptocurrencies have somewhat entered mainstream mediums of investment, it's important to bring this up as more and more people get into trading and investing in crypto. Pay attention to your mental health. Do not neglect it. During bear markets, prices tend to go down to the extremes, and it's commonplace for people to see their paper gains diminish. If that's the case, don't forget that there's life outside of crypto. It surely stings to lose life-changing money, but remember, there's no amount that's worth your health. So far, we have covered 5 common mistakes people tend to make during a bear market. But I want to make one thing absolutely clear: none of what I said before is financial or investment advice. For that, consult your financial advisor. The purpose of this episode is solely to entertain and educate. Investing in cryptocurrencies carries a high risk of capital loss. You can lose everything you invested. Therefore, never put in more money than you are willing to and can afford to lose. This is your host Ruchi Sharma signing off. We will meet again with more intriguing and educational content from the world of cryptocurrencies. Till then, keep watching 3.0 TV. Do not forget to like, share our videos and subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get instant updates. Have a great day. P2E यानी प्ले टू अर्न क्या है, ये तो आप जानते ही होंगे। और हमारी स्टोरी P2E सेगमेंट 1 में हमने आपको इस बारे में डिटेल में समझाया भी है। लेकिन क्या आप जानते हैं M2E क्या है? इफ नॉट देन डोंट वरी, मैं हूं ना। आज मैं आपको इस स्टोरी के पार्ट 2 में ना सिर्फ M2E गेम्स के बारे में बताऊंगी, बल्कि इससे जुड़ी सभी इंफॉर्मेशन भी शेयर करूंगी। लेकिन मूव टू अर्न क्रिप्टो गेम्स की दुनिया में एंटर करें उससे पहले लाइक एंड शेयर करें हमारे वीडियोस को, सब्सक्राइब टू आवर यूट्यूब चैनल और लेटेस्ट अपडेट्स पाने के लिए बेल आइकन दबाना ना भूलें। M2E यानी मूव टू अर्न बिल्कुल अपने नाम की तरह है, यानी जितना आप मूव करेंगे उतना ही ज्यादा अर्न करेंगे। हाल फिलहाल में अगर इसे सबसे ज्यादा पॉपुलैरिटी कभी मिली है तो वो है कोविड-19 पैंडेमिक के वक्त। दरअसल ये वो टाइम था जब सभी अपने घरों के अंदर कैद होने पर मजबूर थे, लेकिन इस गेम ने प्लेयर्स को अपनी हेल्थ मेंटेन करने के लिए मोटिवेट किया, जिसका सिलसिला आज भी जारी है। ये यूजर्स के लिए Web3 टेक्नोलॉजी के जरिए रिवॉर्ड अर्न करने का नया और बेहतरीन तरीका है। मूव टू अर्न गेम्स में आप जितना मूव करेंगे उसके बदले में उतनी ही ज्यादा क्रिप्टो करेंसी अर्न करेंगे। चलिए अब बात करते हैं कुछ टॉप मूव टू अर्न क्रिप्टो गेम्स की, जिन्होंने बेयर मार्केट में भी कमाल की परफॉर्मेंस दी। नंबर 1, मेटा जिम। मेटावर्स में मेटा जिम पहला एक्सरसाइज टू अर्न जिम है। ये कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग मोबाइल एप्लीकेशंस, स्मार्ट वॉच एप्लीकेशन और ओन पॉलीगॉन बेस्ड क्रिप्टो करेंसी MGCN के साथ आता है। इसमें फिटफाई, स्लीपफाई एंड गेमफाई फीचर शामिल है। मेटा जिम में यूजर्स NFT मेटावर्स अवतार से लैस हैं, जिन्हें मेटा जिम बडीज के तौर पर जाना जाता है। ये अवतार कार्डियो परफॉर्म कर सकते हैं, हेल्थ बिहेवियर्स लॉक कर सकते हैं और मेटा जिम कॉइन यानी MGCN अर्न करने के लिए फिटनेस चैलेंज भी कर सकते हैं। इतना ही नहीं, इस क्रिप्टो करेंसी का इस्तेमाल न्यू NFT क्लोथिंग, पावर अप्स और अपग्रेड्स को लेवल अप और मिंट करने के लिए भी किया जा सकता है। फिलहाल मेटा जिम अभी किसी भी एक्सचेंज पर लिस्टेड नहीं है। नंबर 2, STEPN। STEPN एक Web3 लाइफस्टाइल ऐप और मूव टू अर्न NFT गेम है, जो वर्कआउट पूरा करने के साथ ही रिवॉर्ड्स देती है। इसमें वॉकिंग, रनिंग, साइकिलिंग और बहुत सी एक्टिविटीज से GMT टोकन्स अर्न किए जा सकते हैं। यानी जितनी ज्यादा मूवमेंट होगी उतनी ही ज्यादा GMT की कमाई होगी। STEPN के टोकन का नाम GMT है। इसमें 600 मिलियन GMT कॉइन्स की सर्कुलेटिंग सप्लाई और 6 बिलियन की टोटल सप्लाई है। अप्रैल 28, 2022 को $4.11 के साथ अपना ऑल टाइम हाई दर्ज करने वाले STEPN ने मार्च 11, 2022 को $0.1008 के साथ अपना ऑल टाइम लो दर्ज किया था। STEPN, DigiFinex, Binance, Woo नेटवर्क, Tidex और Whitebit जैसी क्रिप्टो एक्सचेंजेस पर लिस्टेड है। नंबर 3, डॉट मूव्स। डॉट मूव्स एक मूव टू अर्न NFT गेम है जो वर्कआउट पूरा करने पर मूव टोकन्स अर्न करने का मौका देती है। इसके ऑग्मेंटेड रियलिटी फीचर के साथ कोई भी रियल वर्ल्ड लोकेशंस में वर्कआउट कर सकता है और उसके लिए रिवॉर्ड भी हासिल कर सकता है। किसी की भी प्रोग्रेस और रिवॉर्ड्स ट्रैक करने के लिए डॉट मूव्स मूव पॉइंट्स इस्तेमाल करता है। करंटली आप फ्री स्टाइल फुटबॉल और डांस में पार्टिसिपेट कर सकते हैं। इनफैक्ट इन गेम आइटम्स खरीदने के लिए अर्न पॉइंट्स का इस्तेमाल भी किया जा सकता है, जिसमें अवतार और अपग्रेड भी शामिल है। इन सब के अलावा इसका इस्तेमाल प्राइजेस जीतने के लिए, कॉम्पिटिशंस और लीडर बोर्ड्स में एंटर करने के लिए भी किया जा सकता है। डॉट मूव्स के टोकन का नाम मूव है। इसमें 850 मिलियन मूव कॉइन्स की सर्कुलेटिंग सप्लाई और 1 बिलियन की टोटल सप्लाई है। अगस्त 29, 2021 को $0.0963 के साथ अपना ऑल टाइम हाई दर्ज करने वाले डॉट मूव्स ने जुलाई 20, 2021 को $0.0032 के साथ अपना ऑल टाइम लो दर्ज किया था। डॉट मूव्स, पैनकेक स्वैप, Gate.io, MEXC ग्लोबल, Qcoin और कॉइन टाइगर जैसी क्रिप्टो एक्सचेंजेस पर लिस्टेड है। नंबर 4, जेनोपेट्स। वर्ल्ड्स फर्स्ट मूव टू अर्न NFT गेम के रूप में जाने जाने वाला जेनोपेट्स एक पेट रेजिंग गेम है जो आपको अपने स्पिरिट एनिमल की देखभाल करने पर जीन टोकन्स अर्न करने का मौका देता है। साथ ही डेली एंगेजमेंट के जरिए ग्रो करता है, यानी आप अपने पेट की जितनी अच्छी देखभाल करेंगे उतने ही ज्यादा आप जीन अर्न कर पाएंगे। जेनोपेट्स के टोकन का नाम जीन है। इसमें 3.9 मिलियन जीन कॉइन्स की सर्कुलेटिंग सप्लाई और 100 मिलियन की टोटल सप्लाई है। नवंबर 30, 2021 को $37.83 के साथ अपना ऑल टाइम हाई दर्ज करने वाले जेनोपेट्स ने Feb 24, 2022 को $5.28 के साथ अपना ऑल टाइम लो दर्ज किया था। जेनोपेट्स क्रिप्टो एक्सचेंजेस जैसे बिटगेट, पैनकेकस्वैप, बायबिट, बिटफॉरेक्स और डिजीफिनिक्स पर लिस्टेड है। प्ले टू अर्न गेमिंग अडॉप्शन के मामले में प्ले टू अर्न गेम्स का बोलबाला इंडियंस के बीच सबसे ज्यादा देखा गया है। एक सर्वे के मुताबिक इंडिया 34% के साथ सबसे आगे है, जबकि 29% के साथ दूसरे नंबर पर है हांगकांग, 27% के साथ तीसरे स्थान पर है UAE, 25% के साथ चौथे पायदान पर है फिलीपींस और 23% के साथ 5th पोजीशन पर है वियतनाम। जॉइंट बिजनेसेस और वेंचर फंड मैनेजर्स गेमिंग इंडस्ट्री पर नजर गड़ाए बैठे हैं। हाल फिलहाल में इस सेक्टर में जिस तरह की इन्वेस्टमेंट देखी जा रही है उससे साफ है कि मूव टू अर्न इनिशिएटिव में मूव टू अर्न गेमिंग मॉडल की इमिनेंट प्रोग्रेस लाजमी है। इसके अलावा कंज्यूमर सेंट्रिक NFT गेम्स के 2022 में खुलकर सामने आने की उम्मीद है, जो तमाम डिसेंट्रलाइज एप्लीकेशन और फिटनेस एक्टिविटीज के जंक्शन को मोनेटाइज करने के लिए अपनी यूनिक सेल्स प्रोपोजिशंस का इस्तेमाल करेंगे। फ्लरिशिंग इंडस्ट्री। ऑनलाइन P2E गेमिंग फिलीपींस में फ्लरिशिंग इंडस्ट्री के तौर पर साबित हो रही है, जिसने 2020 के मुकाबले पिछले साल रेवेन्यूज में तेजी से बढ़त देखी। यहाँ गेमिंग सबसे ज्यादा कंसोल्स, मोबाइल और पीसी पर एक्सेस की जाती है। ये फिलिपिनोज में स्पेशली यंगर जनरेशन के बीच बहुत ज्यादा ट्रैक्शन गेन कर रही है, क्योंकि गेमिंग को लेकर मेन में ज्यादा दिलचस्पी होती है। इसीलिए फिलीपींस में वुमेन के मुकाबले मेन ज्यादा कमाई कर रहे हैं। हो भी क्यों ना, 22% वुमेन के मुकाबले 28% मेन जो प्ले टू अर्न गेम्स खेलते हैं। अकॉर्डिंग टू द सर्वे, 3 में से 1 फिलिपिनो गेमर NFT गेम्स खेलने की वजह से जॉब्स छोड़ रहे हैं। ऐसे में अगर इससे जुड़े फास्ट फैक्ट्स पर नजर डालें तो सर्वे में शामिल हुए रिस्पोंडेंट्स, जिनमें से 97% फिलीपींस बेस्ड थे, उनमें से 59% गेमर्स ने कहा है कि वो NFT गेम्स को अपनी प्राइमरी फुल टाइम जॉब के रूप में खेलना पसंद करेंगे। NFT गेम की डिमांड पिछले साल Axie Infinity के राइज के साथ बढ़ी, जो फिलीपींस में गेमर्स के लिए प्राइमरी इनकम का एक पॉपुलर सोर्स बनकर सामने आया है। The future of P2E and M2E। वर्ल्ड ओवर डोमेस्टिक स्पेस में फुल P2E इम्प्लीमेंटेशन होने में कुछ साल लग सकते हैं, लेकिन एशिया और ईस्टर्न यूरोप में इसका स्कोप और फ्यूचर कैसा होगा, इसके संकेत पहले से ही मिल चुके हैं। वहीं STEPN जैसे M2E प्रोजेक्ट्स का फोकस खास तौर पर मूविंग एस्पेक्ट और अपने टोकनोमिक्स को बढ़ाने की तरफ है। ऐसे में मूव टू अर्न एप्स का अर्लीस्ट फॉर्म फ्यूचर में कितना सस्टेनेबल होगा, ये कहना फिलहाल थोड़ा मुश्किल है। जहां P2E ज्यादा एस्टैब्लिश्ड है, वहीं M2E एक उभरता हुआ कॉन्सेप्ट है। हालांकि दोनों के हेल्थ इंप्लीकेशंस बहुत अलग हैं। प्ले टू अर्न उन इंडिविजुअल्स के लिए है जो चाहे फिट हो या ना हो, दोस्तों के साथ वर्चुअली हैंग आउट करने के साथ साथ अपने एंटरटेनमेंट को मोनेटाइज करना चाहते हैं। तो वहीं मूव टू अर्न उन इंडिविजुअल्स के लिए मोटिवेशनल हो सकता है जो एक हेल्थियर लाइफस्टाइल को बनाए रखने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। दोनों मैकेनिज्म Web3 गेमिंग इंडस्ट्री के पिलर्स बने रहना चाहते हैं और वक्त के साथ ग्रो करना चाहते हैं। इस स्पेशल स्टोरी में फिलहाल इतना ही। आपसे फिर होगी मुलाकात किसी नए टॉपिक के साथ। डू सब्सक्राइब, लाइक एंड शेयर 3.0 TV। हैव अ ग्रेट डे। We will keep you connected to the evolving world of NFT.
for accurate and latest updates of cryptocurrency markets and global regulations.
Metaverse and Web3.
3.0 TV covers the latest crypto crimes.
Keeps you updated about the global crypto events and exhibitions.
A happy new year to all the viewers of 3.0 TV. I am Manoj Dara. So, while 2021 will be remembered as the year when the cryptocurrency market reached $3 trillion mark, along with the rise of non-fungible tokens and the metaverse, 2022 will be remembered as the year when central banks' reactions to the ensuing inflation caused significant headwinds. What went wrong? The Terra collapse bought multiple funds, most notably Three Arrow Capital, which had downstream impacts on creditors, notably BlockFi, Celsius, Voyager, and Genesis. The bankruptcy of FTX and Alameda has actually put an extra pressure on the creditors, disrupted the bankruptcy of Voyager, causing to the bankruptcy of BlockFi, and forced Genesis and Gemini to cease withdrawals, eliminated equity investors in the company, and caused a sharp decline in the value of linked tokens. Next on the list is the Fed rate hike. Like broader financial markets, the crypto market had responded acutely to the US Federal Reserve's actions. Particularly, the Fed's rate hikes along with the monthly consumer price index releases, which generated expectations on how the central bank may leverage interest rates as a tool to curb inflation and going forward as well. Simultaneously, 2022 kept both market participants and the broader investors captivated, as many of the large centralized institutions that service the digital assets or speculate on it have blown up spectacularly. So let's understand the top trends of 2022. First on the list is Bitcoin. Bitcoin's price fell below its 2017 cycle high in June for the first time since January 2021. Although Bitcoin's price dropped 64.1% year to date, its dominance remains stable at 40% odd of the total digital market capitalization. Next on the list is all of the top 10 cryptocurrencies by the market capitalization experience negative price return as low as 81% and above. Nevertheless, exchange-associated tokens such as BNB and OKB and meme coins like Doge perform better than BTC and other layer 1 protocols. Next is, as the market experienced a steep downturn, stablecoins became the exit gateway. The annual stablecoin adjusted transactions volume crossed $57.2 trillion in 2022, a 19% year-on-year growth. Next, since Jan 2022, Bitcoin future volume decreased by 52%, more than Ethereum's future, a 28% decline. The number of layoffs in 2022 was the highest. So in short, we are in 2023. Investors must be aware of the macro and systematic concerns affecting the crypto industry. The Federal Reserve of the United States monetary policy reactions on inflation has continued to destabilize the market. That's what the market participants are saying. And they feel that the crypto contagion from the previous bankruptcies is still causing market volatility, with growing regulatory pressures and minor capitalization expected to continue into the new year as well. That's all there is in this special story. This is Manoj Dara signing off. Keep watching 3.0 TV for more such interesting updates. Thank you. Hello and a very warm welcome to all the viewers of 3.0 TV. I am Manoj Dara.
And I am Ruchi Sharma. So Manoj, we spoke to a lot of market participants and analysts, and let's see what they have opined. They have made some predictions.
The top blockchain predictions for the 2023.
Yes.
Let's get started. But before we move ahead in the future, think back 1 year ago when Bitcoin traded at around $50,000. You couldn't watch sports without seeing a crypto advertisement.
Yes.
And you couldn't get rich, or at least it felt the way, by minting a non-fungible tokens of your kidney stones. You have extensively covered this sector.
Actually, at the time, who could have predicted the collapse of Celsius Network and Voyager Digital, or that Matt Damon would become a crypto punchline, or that the space golden child, Sam Bankman-Fried, would turn from Nayak to Khalnayak.
Exactly. This is all a preamble to say that there is no crystal balls. Predictions are often wrong. Trends can change on a dime. But then again, perhaps after the FTX flavored gloom of the last 2 months, speculating on 2023 is exactly what we are not going to do. But we have bring for our viewers what market participants think will happen in 2023. So let's get started, Ruchi.
Yes, indeed. So without wasting any time, let's discuss what the outlook for blockchain and digital assets will look like in 2023.
It is expected that more business will explore blockchain solutions in 2023. That is actually blockchain-based technology is something which is gaining a lot of traction as far as we have seen the market broadly collapse, but the underlying technology is still robust, and there are a lot of expectations in 2023 as well.
Right. So according to a survey, 81 of top 100 companies are using blockchain technology, and 40% of top companies have already adopted blockchain, the underlying technology behind cryptocurrencies.
Exactly. The cloud-based solutions are now the default for many businesses. But there are many challenges for the cybersecurities as far as the cybersecurity concerned.
Right.
There are we have witnessed a lot of hacks in this space in 2022. But the blockchain technology, which is actually a decentralized yet secure by its nature, so it offers an important alternative when traditional database technologies cannot provide enough security, trust, and transparency for a cloud-based solution.
From private sector to world governments, everyone is adopting blockchain. So it's safe to say blockchain technology is here to stay. So if business across the world want to hop on the future wagon of development, then they would have to adopt the cutting edge of blockchain technology.
But analysts, Ruchi, have believed, or they opined, that the use of dApps and Web3 will spread more than ever. This is what the second predictions for the 2023
Right.
is.
So businesses can take advantage of dApps providers that offer solutions or capabilities with APIs that enable larger solutions to achieve the reliability and trust of decentralized applications.
So this can be especially important when business develop new proprietary solutions that need to be tapped in the decentralized capabilities.
Decentralized finance will continue towards revolutionizing financial services in 2023.
But you must have, we have extensively covered this episode of Celsius. Post Celsius, the DeFi segment has witnessed a collapse,
Right.
and the higher yields era is actually gone. And now they have come to a conclusion that 2023 will look forward as this space is concerned.
Right.
But only time will tell that how DeFi space is going to react. But for the next year, more meaningful Web3 social platforms and protocol will foresee growth in interoperability, identity, on-chain social graphs, and crypto abstract social experiences. That is what the market participants have expected.
Right. Moreover, fashion will continue to lead the way when it comes to Web3 adoption. We will see further collaborations between Web3 personalities and consumer and luxury brands that want to explore new commerce models and customer touchpoints. And we have actually seen a lot of brands,
Entering into the NFT
right,
space or the metaverse.
And the metaverse, right.
Exactly. With the rise of generative artificial intelligence, we might see blockchain play a significant role in helping us to distinguish between the content created by artificial intelligence and content created by humans. Of course, it is. I mean, there is no match as far as the artificial intelligence is concerned, but they require human touch.
Of course. There has to be human brain behind that.
Exactly, yeah. Let's move on to our third prediction.
Right. So market predicts in 2023 that cryptocurrencies will see more regulations.
That is actually
Very
the need of the
important
hour. India, as we speak, that it is the G20, which is actually a big forum. They are advocating to regulate cryptocurrencies because of primarily the three concerns. One is terror financing, human trafficking, and drug. I mean, the route in which they are using this is actually not acceptable as far as India is concerned.
Criminal activities, right?
As recent failures are expected to drive the development of regulations and oversight in 2023, there are hopes that a clear framework and safeguards will re-establish trust in platforms, and the flow between fiat and the digital currencies will become more commonplace and effortless.
We will see an increase in cryptocurrency guidance and regulation from regulatory agencies across the world.
Indeed, you're talking about regulations, but there is a lot of traction NFTs and metaverse have got.
Right.
We have seen 2021 the era of the rise of metaverse and NFTs.
Right.
But we have seen the volumes come off highs broadly because of market making activity which these were indulged in. But as we say that when the tide the tide comes off, they will come to know that who is swimming naked. And this is something the metaverse, virtual reality and augmented reality and Web3 will foster use cases that could motivate businesses to engage with cryptocurrencies. That is what the need of the hour is.
Right. So moving on, our fourth expectation for 2023 is that asset tokenization will become more practical.
This is something which is tokenization is something, and blockchain technology, if put in place correctly, that will create wonders. And blockchain technology can be used to create a secure and unique digital asset or token that is representation of value.
Right.
We have seen a lot of Indian companies. We have seen this Mumbai Indians. The recently, they have adopted. This is for the first time Mumbai Indians have taken this route in this IPL, and let's see how it works.
Right. So this allows the tokenization of assets that previously did not permit fractional ownership. Securities can be bought, sold, and settled faster. In fact, I did speak to a sports-based NFT marketplace, and they are also into this fractional ownership. And I think it is actually a very big attraction for fans, sports fans.
Yeah, of course, there is actually a means and measure to connect to your fans. Fans requires engagement with their clubs, and there is something that will take them closer to their favorite maybe franchisee or maybe teams or clubs. So if we're talking about teams, so real estate and other assets have fractionalized ownership, which asset classes that were not suitable to fractionalization before.
And now, last but not the least, the fifth point that the analysts have highlighted is 2023 is less optimistic and more realistic. Next year, we will see more bleeding, more losses, and more pain.
That's what the ripple effect is. You have seen 2022 collapse, Terra Luna collapse, and then we have seen a larger
the entire year.
Exactly, FTX, and we have followed the collapse of NFTs. The volumes has dropped, and there is a broad concern as far as the market outlook is. You have seen volumes come up. Bitcoin was trading close to $16,000. Right. There were many other cryptocurrencies who have lost roughly around 81% of their top. You're talking about the top 100 cryptocurrencies. They have lost roughly around 80% of their value. Right. And this analysts believe that this contagion impact is going to continue in 2023 for at least for the first half. But we have always been advising our investors that cryptocurrency markets are highly volatile. Consult your financial advisor before making any investment. So the contagion isn't over. And companies, banks, and funds are desperately hoping that the market moves past the FTX and Alameda collapse.
But whether people like it or not, you can't wish away a credit crunch and exposure to bad counterparties.
Yes, of course, yes. We see that the closure of funds and the faltering of companies we didn't expect, mostly simply due to the fact that the contagion was too vast and too difficult for us to all quantify the quantum of loss which has actually happened for the entire crypto ecosystem.
Yes, and we have learned from these incidents also.
Of course, yes.
So, having said that, we all hope that 2023 proves to be a bullish year, making everyone healthy, wealthy, and whole.
Well, that's all there is in today's special segment. We will meet again with the interesting updates from the crypto world. Till then, keep watching 3.0 This is Manoj Zara signing off.
Please like and share our video, subscribe to our channel, and press the bell icon to get instant updates. This is me, Ruchi Sharma, signing off. Have a great day.
Thank you.
नमस्कार, मैं हूं संदीप कसालकर। 3.0 टीवी के इस खास एपिसोड क्रिप्टो क्राइम्स में आपका स्वागत है। पिछले एपिसोड में हमने जाना कि फार्मिंग, इविल ट्विन और वॉइस फिशिंग अटैक्स को किस तरह से अंजाम दिया जाता है। अगर पिछला एपिसोड आपने मिस किया है तो आप डिस्क्रिप्शन में दी गई लिंक पर जाकर जरूर देखें। इस एपिसोड में हम जानेंगे कि एसएमएस फिशिंग, डीएनएस हाईजैकिंग और फिशिंग बोट्स अटैक्स किस तरह से किए जाते हैं। तो चलिए शुरुआत करते हैं। एसएमएस फिशिंग अटैक। एसएमएस फिशिंग को स्मिशिंग के नाम से भी जाना जाता है। इस अटैक में ईमेल के बजाय टेक्स्ट मैसेजेस का उपयोग किया जाता है। स्मिशिंग अटैकर्स अपने विक्टिम्स को बड़ी चालाकी से उस तरह के मैसेजेस भेजते हैं जो ऑफिशियल बिजनेस मैसेजेस के समान दिखाई देते हैं। इन एसएमएस में लिंक होता है जिसमें आपके लॉगिन की जानकारी मांगी जाती है। जैसे आप इस लिंक को ओपन करते हैं और लॉगिन की जानकारी देते हैं, अटैकर तुरंत ही आपके अकाउंट पर काबू पा लेते हैं। डीएनएस हाईजैकिंग। इस तरह के अटैक में एक वैलिड वेबसाइट को टारगेट किया जाता है। इन वेबसाइट के डीएनएस यानी डोमेन नेम सिस्टम के एंट्रीज यानी ओरिजिनल आईपी एड्रेस को बदलकर बोगस वेबसाइट का आईपी एड्रेस एंटर किया जाता है। फिर जैसे ही आप वैलिड वेबसाइट को एंटर करते हैं तो वो सीधा आपको एक फेक वेबसाइट पर रीडायरेक्ट करता है। आपको बता दूं कि डीएनएस आईपी एड्रेस को चेंज करके और राउटर पर नियंत्रण पाकर एक साथ बहुत सारे कंप्यूटर्स को मैलवेयर से संक्रमित किया जा सकता है, जो कि एक कोई बड़ी कंपनी के लिए बहुत ही खतरनाक साबित हो सकता है। फिशिंग बोट्स। फिशिंग बोट्स एक तरह का कंप्यूटर प्रोग्राम होता है जिसमें ऑटोमेटिक फिशिंग अटेम्प्ट करने के मैक्रोज सेट किए जाते हैं। इस तरह के फिशिंग बोट्स का उपयोग फेक वेबसाइट्स को डेवलप करने और सर्वर्स पर होस्ट करने के लिए किया जाता है और साथ ही इन फिशिंग बोट्स का उपयोग बल्क फिशिंग ईमेल्स करने के लिए भी किया जाता है। ये फिशिंग बोट्स इस तरह से प्रोग्राम होते हैं जिससे आपकी लॉगिन डिटेल्स और प्राइवेट डाटा को ऑटोमेटिकली चुराया जाता है। इन फिशिंग बोट्स का उपयोग स्पैमिंग और डिनायल ऑफ सर्विस जैसे अटैक्स के कंजक्शन में भी किया जाता है। तो अगले एपिसोड में हम कुछ ऐसे ही महत्वपूर्ण फिशिंग अटैक्स के बारे में जानकारी लेंगे। मैं संदीप कसालकर फिलहाल आपसे विदा लेता हूं। आप देख रहिए 3.OTV और इसी तरह के महत्वपूर्ण अपडेट्स पाने के लिए हमारा यूट्यूब चैनल सब्सक्राइब करना न भूलें। नमस्कार।
Hello and welcome to 3.TV. I am Ruchi Sharma.
And I am Manoj Zara. And as you know, the year 2022 is coming to an end. So we have decided that in this special segment, we are going to shed some light on the top 5 influential people of 2022 in the crypto space.
So let's get started, and who better to start with the list with none other than Changpeng Zhao.
Well, the past half year in the crypto has been one of the bankruptcies, layoffs and steep losses. But two supremely powerful players stood in the stark contrast to this wreckage.
One was Sam Bankman-Fried, the CEO of bankruptcy exchange FTX, and the other was his competitor, Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao, better known as CZ. With FTX's dramatic collapse, now we are down to one.
Exactly. As of October 2022, Changpeng Zhao's net worth was over $33 billion, having over 8 million followers on Twitter and devoted fans all over the world. Binance had actually announced to invest $500 million in Twitter, ensuring the exchange has a seat at the table during the reign of the Elon Musk.
Yes, Manoj. Binance has also committed $2 billion towards recovery fund that aims to buy distressed assets and support the industry for FTX-like collapse.
Exactly, there was a broader concern that time as well, and now as we are saying, the markets are currently trading lower. There are other contributors to the fund such as Aptos Lab and Jump Crypto, but CZ is very much the face of it.
There is no doubt that in 2023, C is going to emerge even stronger force to reckon with in the crypto industry.
Exactly. Next name on the list is BitStrange. It's not a name of the person, but rather a pseudonym. The name is Zach XBT.
Well, the nascent crypto industry has often been compared to a digital Wild West, a lawless place where fortunes can just as easily be made as broken and black hat-clad bad guys roam the frontier unchecked by the law.
Exactly, but however, in this Wild West, the regulators are often outnumbered by outgunned by tech-savvy scammers and fraudsters.
That's where ZachXBT steps in, more like a pro bono bounty hunter or a scam-busting vigilante than a sheriff. The pseudonymous Twitter sleuth has been working to expose crypto scams since May 2021.
Exactly, ZachXBT doesn't detail on-chain research, tracking wallets and transactions associated with hacks, phishing scam and other attacks, and shares his knowledge in Twitter threads naming and shaming bad actors.
Twitter users aren't the only ones taking notice of ZachXBT's threads. The online sleuth's research has led to real-world consequences for some scammers, including the alleged phishing scammers who orchestrated the theft of $2.5 million worth of Bored Ape Yacht Club non-fungible tokens.
Well, French authorities have arrested 5 individuals allegedly behind the crime ring and gave ZachXBT a shout-out in a press release which was released in October.
Next name on the list is Rishi Sunak, who clearly stood out as the crypto crowd favorite. The UK Treasury, with Sunak at the helm, ushered in Britain's post-Brexit financial strategy earlier this year, which includes measures to bring crypto stabilized against sovereign currencies, collectively known as stablecoins, into the scope of local payments regulations.
The Financial Services and the Market Bill is now moving towards Parliament and was recently injected with the rules to regulate crypto broadly as financial instruments.
The proposed regulations could solidify the UK's crypto agenda in the wake of the European Union's own sweeping markets in crypto assets framework targeting digital assets, service providers and stablecoin issuers.
So this was actually considered to be, Rishi Sunak's appointment was considered to be a big positive as far as the crypto and market participants are concerned, because of his theory and ideology towards regulating this space was actually, it has actually got a double thumbs up from the market participants. And under Rishi Sunak's leadership, the Treasury set in motion a public consultation on the crypto taxes. He also ordered the country's coin maker, the Royal Mint, to issue a collection of non-fungible tokens, although nothing has materialized from the initiative yet. But these are the positive steps.
Right. Sunak too will eventually have to address his plans for crypto, and the industry is sure to be paying close attention. Now let's move on to the next name on the list. Despite keeping the legality of crypto in limbo, India's Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman was the chief architect of the Finance Bill of 2022, which includes stiff taxes on crypto that resulted in the ecosystem entering a period of pain.
That is actually which we have witnessed, and the broader Terra Luna collapse followed then. The India's crypto downturn after enacting a 30% taxes on profits and the more controversial 1% TDS was brutal. Within 10 days of April 1st imposing of the 30% taxes, trading volumes nosedived for more than 50% on some exchanges.
This was exacerbated by rising inflation, Russia's war on Ukraine, global crypto contagion, and investigations against at least 10 crypto exchanges.
Exactly, but recently, however, as crypto investors around the globe reeled from the sudden collapse of the crypto derivative exchange FTX implosion, in the aftermath was relatively seen less severe because of the measures announced by the government.
In this chaotic crypto economy, Sitharaman is gaining power to lead the worldwide debate on crypto regulation. Starting in December, India will host the G20 summit in 2023.
However, India holds the presidency, gets to seek three priorities, and Finance Minister has already indicated that framing crypto regulations will be an international priority during India's term.
In 2022, she imposed harsh crypto taxes in India. Next year, she is positioned to frame crypto regulations for the world.
That's a big news. But last but not the least, the next name on our list is Jerome Powell.
In a perfect world, crypto wouldn't be influenced by fiat-based monetary policy, and Jerome Powell, chairman of the US Federal Reserve, wouldn't be one of the most influential people in the industry.
But as proven by the latest crypto meltdown, Powell has driven the market narrative more often than not in 2022 because of the inflation measures, and to control the inflation, he has increased interest rates more than 7 times in the year.
Right. 4-decade high inflation has been the focus of economic policy leaders around the globe this year.
But that has been particularly true for Jerome Powell and his colleagues at the Federal Open Market Committee, the body that has raised interest rate at a rapid pace since March from net zero levels to the current 3.5 to 4%.
Though the correlation has since weakened, macroeconomic uncertainty is likely to persist into next year. Fed officials have signaled further rate hikes are coming in 2023, dashing the hopes of Bitcoin maximalists and crypto believers. Powell's impact on crypto assets will continue.
Well, that's all there is in this special segment. We will meet again with exciting update about the cryptoverse. Till then, keep watching 3.0 TV. This is me, Manoj Dara, signing off.
And this is me, Ruchi Sharma, signing off. Please like and share our video, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get instant updates.
Thank you so much.
We will keep you connected to the evolving world of NFT.
For accurate and latest updates of cryptocurrency markets and global regulations.
Metaverse and Web3.
3.0 TV covers the latest crypto crimes.
Keeps you updated about the global crypto events and exhibitions.
Hello and welcome to 3.0 TV. I am Vishakha Thakur. In today's metaverse, gaming is at the core and tech giants are placing significant bets there. A research by Valuates estimates that the gaming-driven global metaverse business will top $28 billion by 2028. Despite being in its infancy, the metaverse is now home to a number of platforms that provide a range of experiences. Therefore, today's topic will be Star Atlas, one such platform. Based on the Solana blockchain, Star Atlas is a multiplayer gaming metaverse with a space theme. Automata created it and players can cooperate, plan and engage in combat to advance into uncharted territory. To begin the game, players purchase ships and NFT-based spacecraft from the internal market. The capacity to battle opposing groups and locate resources placed around the Star Atlas metaverse depends on a player's ability to use these spaceships with various details, personnel, and components. Star Atlas began its first token creation event in August 2021. It has gaming components that incorporate the idea of non-fungible tokens. Each and every item in Star Atlas is also a blockchain-based NFT transaction. Star Atlas has two tokens, Polis and Atlas, that drive all game operations. Polis is the governance token and Atlas is the payment token. The Star Atlas team released its gameplay in modules, and the only available module to play is their mini-game titled Score Tier 0. In Score, players can stake their assets and earn Atlas by enlisting their spaceships to aid their faction side of the conflict. Star Atlas's best feature is its community, as the community on Discord has thousands of members who are willing to chat at any time of the day. Star Atlas combines 4 genres for a stimulating experience, which includes grand strategy, exploration, role-play, and space flight simulation. Other activities include building lands and cities, selling merchandise, and creating factions and regional DAOs to rule the various institutions in the universe. Sometimes you will play defense to protect your territories, while other times you will create offensive strategies to expand your regions in the Star Atlas universe. Since the game is decentralized, you can also vote on governance issues via the Star Atlas DAO if you own Polis, the governance token. Therefore, it will be interesting to see how Star Atlas unfolds in the days to come. Well, that's all in this story. This is me, Vishakha Thakur, signing off. For more such updates, keep watching 3.0 TV. Do like, share and subscribe to our channel.
You can hate him, you can like him, but you cannot ignore him. Dwindling crypto market and FTX collapse hasn't affected the crypto aspiration of one individual. He's none other than former President of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump. Donald Trump is once again in the news after he announced on Thursday, December 15th, his very own rare digital collectibles trading cards depicting himself in different costumes, including a superhero, astronaut, and a cowboy. A promotional video shows an animated version of Mr. Trump dressed in Superman-styled garb with lasers coming out of his eyes against the backdrop of Trump Tower. Let's have a look at that video and see what Donald Trump has to say about the launch of his NFT collection.
Hello, everyone. This is Donald Trump. Hopefully your favorite president of all time, better than Lincoln, better than Washington, with an important announcement to make. I'm doing my first official Donald J. Trump NFT collection right here and right now. Life, it's been very exciting. Collectibles. Here to collect